All right, we are back with week 2 of the NBA, right? It's week 2. Damn, flew by already. It's week 2. We're going to talk about the Monday night games of yesterday, Tuesday, the 29th of October. The two big marquee games. I'm going to try to get them through a little quickly. At the beginning of the night, you had Mavs and Timberwolves. Mavs won 120 to 114. And then you had um, Warriors Pelicans. Warriors won 120 to 106. Um, yeah, we're just gonna chat about the games. Um, Obviously, I like to go in order of when the games start. So first on the table is Mavs Timberwolves. Um, let's look at the winners tonight. Um, Kyrie Irving with 35, 6 of 8 from three, split his field goal percentage. Um, Also had 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Luka with almost a triple double, 24 points. Didn't shoot the three well. Made the clutch one at the end. 10 for 27, 40 in 40 minutes. Klay Thompson started off hot. We all knew it was coming. Not a terrible game, but not his best game. 7 points, 1 assist, 2 for 7. Just took threes. That's literally all he did. Which I do like him to see. I do like seeing him do. Because when he has to force it, when he has to get in his bag a little bit, Klay Thompson really doesn't have a bag. So when he has to dribble it, get in the mid range, and try to do his thing, I don't like to see that. I would rather him see take these. I would rather see him take these threes. But the other guys, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington in the teens, 14, 17 individually. The bench, Quentin Grimes had the most with 9, 3 for 5. Great pickup for them. Jaden Hardy really didn't do anything. Marshall gave you a couple boards. Derek Lively came in, 9 boards, 5 points. Dinwiddie just a no-show out there tonight. Um, Good win for them though, close win. Um, these are the type of games you need to have. The Kyrie and Luka need to have. Uh, you probably wouldn't want it this close, but these are the type of games you need to have, and you always have Klay Thompson in your back pocket now for if you need something. He obviously didn't have it tonight, but he's been hot previous to this game. For the Timberwolves, in a loss, Julius Randle with 20, Anthony Edwards with almost 40, 37, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 of 13 from three, 12 of 20 overall from field goal. Julius Randle 3 of 3 from three, 7 boards, 7 assists, 7 for 13. That's what you're looking for, man. That's really what you're looking for when you bring these guys together in the off season. You look for these high scoring games. You look for both of them to split the duties of running the offense. You look for both of them to really push the offense, become the motor at times. Whether they switch on and off the court. Throughout the game we'll play together. The real issue is though they don't have a point guard. Mike Conley, he does his best out there. 9 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 for 4 from three, 2 for 6 overall from field goal. You need something else. You need more. And I would have said if you would have asked me about this team previous to the start of the season or anything, because they're 2-2 on the season right now. I would have said, hey, run in at the 1, put Dante DiVincenzo at the 2, or flip it, whatever makes him comfortable. Do the James Harden experiment with Ant. Make him run the point. Make him learn, because I don't think this team's going to go back to the conference finals. I don't think this team is going to be tremendously good. So why not just entrust Ant to progress his game? Because that's what he's going to need to do if he wants to get to the next level. You're not always going to get bailed out by the front office, and they're going to be able to get you somebody like the Mavs did for Luka. Kyrie Irvings don't come across don't demand trades and don't become free agents all the time. They're usually comfortable in their role where they are, you know. But you need to let Amp progress his game and evolve his game even more, even if it is at the sacrifice of losing games. You know, Dante had 3 points, one for five from three, one for six field goal. He didn't have himself a game. Most points off the bench, no surprise, was Nas Reed with 14. Almost had a double double, one rebound short. 205 from three, 5 of 8 from field goal overall. And Rudy Gobert, 7 points, 8 rebounds in 31 minutes. I I will say I am a Rudy Gobert hater. I'm not the biggest fan of Rudy Gobert, and this is why I would never pay a guy like this whatever he gets paid, because what are you doing for me on offense? You're obviously not stopping them. They put up 120 points. You're not stopping anybody, and they didn't even shoot that well from three. You know what I mean? Kyrie was the only one who was really cooking it. PJ split his. But Clay and Luka, they didn't make their shots. They didn't make their threes. So yeah, and Rob Dillingham still not getting any burn for the Timberwolves. Their first round pick. When teams try to balance this line between, oh, let's bring in a young player, let's let's make a trade and try to get off some money, and then we'll reshuffle the team again. Whenever this offseason, when Julius Randle's contract is up, if Julius Randle walks for nothing, or if he gets traded at the trade deadline, which I would do if he's playing well, I would say that this is not conducive of good team building. Mike Conley's gonna be a year older. You have Jaden, you have Edwards, you have Gobert, which isn't the best, but he is a cornerstone of this team because he re-upped on his deal. But you going against a Mavs team who's 3-1. These are guys you have to compete against. This is the Western Conference Finals rematch, and you obviously look like the worst team. And had to put up 37, you know, and it was rough. It was a rough 37. He made his threes, but so did Kyrie. It made him at a better clip. All right, next game, the Pelicans versus the Warriors. Let us see what we got here. Warriors won. They improved to 3-1 on the season, which is very good for them. Pelicans mediocre at 2-2. Um, the Warriors without Steph Curry. Buddy Hield came out. Moses Moody came out. Brandon Podzinski came out. Buddy had 28. Moody had 17. Pods had 19. They except for Pods, who just barely didn't split his threes. They shot the ball well. Moody 5 for 6. Buddy Hield 7 for 11. Had a couple moments where you're like, damn, he doesn't have it tonight. But in the fourth, he pulled it out. Um, Draymond just out there with the young guys. Plus Buddy Hield. 3 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Holding it down in his Draymond way. Trace Jackson, Davis, right? Trace Jackson Davis, I believe. Um, 3 points, five assists, 2 rebounds. Okay. Um, yeah, Buddy Hield came out and did his thing. Jonathan Kuminga, who's been forcing it as of recently, but 17 points, 6 for 13, pretty good. Kevon Looney, 9 rebounds, 4 points. Lindsey Waters, shout out Lindsey Waters, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 for 7 from three, 1 for 8, well, not 1 for 18, 8 for 13 from field goal. And these guys, this is what needs to happen when Steph is out. When any of, I guess, Steph or Draymond's out, this is what needs to happen. These guys need to play like this. Um, I think Steve Kerr gets a bad rap for being a bad coach, but he pulls out games like this every now and then, and you could say, well, the guys come off the bench, and these guys that haven't played, they're always prepared, you know. But you have to credit the players themselves, but you also have to credit the the coaching staff and Steve Kerr for preparing them for these big moments, for these games, you know, where you're like, damn, um, he they came out and they were prepared and they played well against an unprepared, no surprise Pelicans team. Zion with 31, 8 rebounds. Brandon with 30, 4 rebounds. Both played 30 minutes. Herb Jones with 5. Daniel Tice with 5. CJ McCollum with 5. Um, Jared McCain. That's not Jared McCain. I don't know who that is. That's Jay Kane. 3 points. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, former Warrior, I believe. 5 points. Alvarado 6. Um, Hawkins 4. Green 3. That's on the Pelicans. Um, Pelicans are as mediocre as they always are. They'll get out of the slump. They'll win a few games. They'll look good by All Star break, and then after All Star break, they don't look good. This is what they do. This is what the Pelicans do. I can't even begrudge the coach, but at some point, you have to look at the team, and you have to. I said this in one of my earlier videos. You got to reshuffle the deck on this team, man. Brandon Ingram does not want to be there. CJ McCollum is just not. He's a good veteran guy. He's a good locker room guy, but when I got Zion and I got guys like Herb Jones and I forget the other one. I always forget the other one, but Herb Jones and the other big wing they have, you need to compete, man, because these are playoff guys. You know, running Daniel Tice at your 5 in 2024 when you're in the West is crazy work. That's crazy work, and the Warriors not even have bigs like that. You know, so and I get Zion plays big, but when Zion has to put up 31, he's not going to give it on defense, man. He doesn't have that defense that we saw at Duke. He just doesn't. And this is what the Pelicans do, man. We can look at their, I guess we could look at their team stats, and I could really break it down for you here. They were 9 for 22 from three. That's crazy. Um, they made their free throws, though. I'll give them that. And their rebounding, their offensive rebounding, they had 9 offensive boards, and they had 23 defensive boards, and you still lost the game by a lot. The Warriors had 11 offensive boards and 23 defensive rebounds. Like what? And again, and I'm not a guy who really just looks at defensive numbers. I actually have to see the game or see the team that season and be like, oh, they were good on defense, but the numbers don't show it. And other times it's the other way around. Sometimes the numbers say they're good on defense and they're not. Um, 4 steals, 2 blocks, or 6 blocks, pardon me, and the Warriors had 15 steals and 9 blocks, and the Pels had 24 turnovers to the Warriors 8. They got ran out of the gym. They got ran out of the gym. The Warriors had more fouls too, and the Warriors even had a technical. So you look at this team, and you're like, damn, that's crazy. That your 2 stars put up 30, and you still lost the game by almost 20 points. If I'm a GM, I'm a basketball operations guy. I'm saying I need to reshuffle this team immediately. Not to overreact to a 2-2 start, but it's the West, man. It's just as important as this game was for the Pelicans. This was important for the Warriors to stay on a hot streak, to stay in momentum, stay in motion till Steph gets back in, like, what was that, 2 days, 3 days? I forget what the timetable was, but you need to be able to really just stay afloat. And if you go on a hot streak and you really get up there in the standings, then you can stay there, you know. But the Pelicans haven't done that for a few years, and I don't think they're going to do it again. Pelicans, the Nuggets. These are good teams that you like. Oh, they're gonna be high in the standings. They're gonna be mid tier in the standings. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the season progresses. It's only week 2. And that's really it for this video. I'm not gonna yap too long. Um, we got the games all done. Um, let me see what tonight's games are because I was 2 for 2 on my wins yesterday. I said the Mavs are gonna win, and I think I said the Mavs were gonna win, and I said the Warriors are gonna win, and that was a homer pick. That was a homer pick. We got a bunch of games tonight, but the marquee ones are Chet versus Wemby at 9:30. That's OKC Spurs, and then you got Boston versus Pacers, which we don't have to talk about the Pacers. We already talked about Paulo dropping 50 on them, but um, that might be one you can skip tonight. But I'm definitely gonna be watching Spurs OKC. That's gonna be a great game. Other games you have LeBron. I think this is LeBron's return to Cleveland, I believe, with Bronny on League Pass. You got the Battle of Mid, uh, Hawks versus Wizards. That's on League Pass. You got a old school throwback of Knicks Heat League Pass game, and you got Warriors Pelicans again at 10. That's these are all Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so we'll see if the Pelicans fall again to the Warriors. That's gonna be really embarrassing, but we'll see. Um, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the freaking Celtics against the Pacers. The Pacers are so bad right now. And I'm gonna take. I'm a big Wemby fan, but I'm also really liking Chet this season, man. Chet has grown a lot on me. Um, I think I think I think Wemby's gonna have a big game because he always takes this matchup personally. At least he did last year in their rookie season. Him and Chet, but Chet just has so much more help. I'm gonna go OKC. That might be the obvious pick, but I think Wemby's gonna have a big game though. I think he's gonna have a big game. Um, anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Um, I put up a WNBA video. My first one on the channel has 24 views. I'd appreciate if you go watch that. Get that up there. Um, I got other videos. Kind of I shouldn't say that, but you don't have to watch them. They're kind of just if you've seen the game and you don't want to hear my synopsis on it, you don't have to watch them. But um, keep up to date with these videos because they're coming out, man. I'm pushing them out as hard as I can. No Diddy, um, and we're doing game by game reactions, man. Marquee games, um, and I want to talk about the play-in, the play-in, not the plan, the play-in, and we'll do that hopefully later this weekend. That'll be up this weekend or Monday. All right, so think about subscribing, think about liking. You don't have to do either, but I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow to talk about uh, Celtics Pacers and Spurs Thunder. Cheers.